I am quite excited for this, everybody. Welcome back to the letter. Now, this game, let me make sure my thing isn't too loud before we get in today. Alright, let's take that about right there. That looks good, guys? Alright, so, great news. I have purchased the next two chapters. So as soon as we're done with this chapter, which hopefully we will be today, we will be into the next chapter. So yeah, I think Hannah is the next chapter. So let's just load the game. Load game file. Alright.
Seriously? Hold it, Belle. You sold the house?
Yeah, we did actually. We sold it and it was the best thing ever.
Yep. Which house is this? In Aslam Village? The one with the open house yesterday? The one and only. Come on, Becca. I know you've got a better memory than that. Oh, wow. That's...
She's let out a hum. Although she's nodding, she gives the impression of someone who has heard something unbelievable and is still forcing her brain to absorb it. Did she think we wouldn't be able to sell it? Have some faith in me, Becca. Am I not your best friend or what?
You don't believe me?
The words tumble out of my mouth before I could stop them. When trying to avoid bringing up yesterday's little spat, and judging from the looks on their faces, it seems they are too. Me and my stupid mouth.
I'm sure it ain't the way you're thinking, Bella.
No, I do believe you. But don't you think the sale happened a bit too fast? The open house only started yesterday, and now you already have a buyer?
The person wanted to buy it before the open house even happened, Becca.
It happens from time to time?
Yeah, it was weird, honestly.
Yeah, but...
That's what I'm saying.
Look, I'm happy for you. Just yesterday, you've been really worried where to get money for your dad's new treatment. And now, all of a sudden, you have something. What if the sale doesn't push through, or I don't know, they're a fraud, or they suddenly back out?
They've already given me a bonus. I don't think they're going to.
Isn't it a little too early to celebrate?
Rebecca does have a point, Bella. If you haven't closed the deal yet, there's still a chance they'll go back on it.
They don't seem like it to me. The lady appeared to really want it, and she approached me without even finishing the tour.
Exactly. Pressured me into it, more like it. I'm going to tell Becca about that, knowing her she'd only worry.
And she already hired someone to handle the house's interior design.
You're joking. Who would do that?
The Wrights, apparently. It's actually pretty funny. She's a bit too excited to get the property, she forgot to buy it. At any rate, they've already signed the agreement today, so it's just a matter of time. And don't tell anyone about this, but Ma'am Hannah also gave us something extra. Something as in... As in, it's why I can treat you two to a free meal.
I'm more surprised you accepted it.
She didn't really give us a choice in the matter. So don't lose sleep over this, okay? The couple really want the house. If Rose didn't stop them, they'd likely have paid up front for it yesterday. That's despite the legends, too. I even tried to show them the letter. But nope. I want this house, darling. Go take all our money. You don't really think they'd believe that, do you? I'm pretty sure for them, those are just rumors as well. No one is that superstitious in this day and age, Belle.
I am, honestly.
Well, there's you. Right. You know what? I'll just eat all of these by myself. I'm kidding. Don't go all pouty on me again. I'm just concerned you'll get hurt if this doesn't happen.
I know how badly you want to close this deal for your papa.
No, you don't. I'm joking. Yes, you do.
I'm sure he's gonna be fine now, though, with the money. They don't know yet. I think I'll call them tomorrow. Let them know things will be easier. Mama said this morning he's showing progress with the new treatment, too. It's just a matter of time.
I think Isabella's gonna be like Cindy from Scream. She's gonna survive, but it's gonna be good for her. Happy ending. I just hope we did the things correctly. I allow myself to smile, genuine and uninhibited. It's strange talking about this with other people, even those who have known you long enough. But today things simply feel a whole lot lighter with them here. Lunch passes in enjoyable fashion. A laugh here, a playful jab there, but most of it is spent on catching up and telling stories about whatever's keeping us busy these days. Something we couldn't afford to do the day before, taking into account what happened. Even Becca surprisingly chatted. Is there something in the sea bass we ate? Zach, though, appears less energetic. But he's far from being the life of a party. He's definitely not the type of quiet in a conversation with his friends. Apart from a few inputs, he's been silent the entire time. If Becca notices.
Are you sure you're not feeling under the weather, Zachary?
Huh? No, I'm okay. No worries, Rebecca.
Doesn't sound okay to me.
It's okay. I might be feeling a little bummed out today, but I'm sure this will pass.
Is it about the reviews this morning?
Pain expression causes Zach's face, and almost immediately Becca retreats in her inquiry, as though the man's look is enough of an answer for her. I look between the two of them. Did I miss something? What happened this morning? Did I stumble on a big secret? This is why I don't like waking up late.
You heard about those, huh?
Sorry, I just happened to check on some sites this morning.
Nah, it's a very sensitive topic in the first place. I should have expected it.
What reviews?
Becca glances at Zach, her emotions unsure, her eyes asking for his consent on the matter. Although there's a small desire to keep asking on my part, I don't dare to voice it out. With Zach, it has always been better to wait, let him speak on his own. Becca too, to some extent, although with her, explosions of temper are more common. In the end, he simply answers with a shift of his shoulders, gesturing for her to go on with a tilt of his head.
It's his movie.
That doesn't explain anything. Stop dangling the information, Becca!
Zachary, I'm not the one supposed to be telling her about this. It's still your documentary.
Is it something bad?
Not bad per se. You guys don't need to dwell on it much.
Bad? Listen here. I wouldn't trivialize what those bowheads wrote if I were you. They're ruining other people's jobs.
From her tone rises in anger. It seems like she's the one slighted and not Zach. A snicker escapes me, which I promptly stamp down on as soon as she sends me a hard look.
This isn't a laughing matter, Isabella. Some bowbag just insulted him.
Calm down, Rebecca. Those are just reviews, and it happens a lot.
I do not ken about you two, but calling the entire film an out-and-out drivel, you're better off watching an educational kids' TV show, and worst 1.5 hour of my life, among other things, isn't exactly a critique any decent movie reviewer would say.
Jesus, that's a lot, but yeah.
If you could call that a critique, did we even watch the same film?
Well, maybe I ain't cut out for it. Better stick with my photography or something. If nothing else, this helped me open my eyes to what I can and can't do.
You're giving up.
It wasn't a
It was just something experimental I did on my free time anyway. It's no big deal.
But you worked on it for months.
Doesn't look like it matters for those people.
Don't say that!
My palm strikes the table, sending the tableware on top, clinking against each other. I didn't even notice when I rose from my seat. But here I am, chest heaving, looking down at him in the same manner a teacher would an unruly student. Becca's probably proud. I didn't mean to yell, but there are some things people like Zach aren't supposed to say. How exasperating. He, of all people, shouldn't have.
It's just a review.
Except they're pretty well-known critics.
Why does that matter? They aren't the ones calling the shots on this. Isn't that why they have a committee? Right, Becca?
An amused gleam is in her eyes when I turn to her. What does she find so entertaining here? Help me here. Your friend's about to quit his passion for a petty reason. I haven't read what those people wrote about his work, but a few scathing words shouldn't be enough to discourage someone. I should know after all.
Failing means you're playing, Zach. Not that I'm saying it's bad. I've seen it from start to finish, and I know for myself what you created isn't something people should scoff at. I don't know anything about filming or photography. Hell, I don't have an inkling of artistry in me except for those doodles I make for class. But I know what I watched. Look at Isabella. It's not every day you see her all riled up like this.
Whatever I'm about to say gets lost in my tongue as a flush of embarrassment blooms across my face.
It was a heat of the moment thing. And anyway, I'll be very angry with you if you quit. What about the exhibit?
What exhibit?
Classified information.
Even if I bring you your favorite tonight?
Nope, not a chance.
Oh, come on! I thought we aren't supposed to have secrets.
Thanks, you two. I might need some time alone to myself for a while. Just to think about things, how I'll go from here, that sort of stuff. Hey, I'm not quitting, Bella. Don't give me that face.
There's no face at all, only a poor imitation of a puppy dog eyes, if you could call this one.
Promise?
I'll be damned if I break any promise I make to you guys. Besides, you're right. It's too early to say anything right now. Once night ain't for another week.
And that's all the answer I need from him. As sentimental as it sounds, there's fulfillment in knowing another person you know won't take the same path you've walked. It's not like it's over for me, though. I still have time. I could still come back, do my own thing, do what I really want to do. Surely, once Papa recovers, once I'm done with everything. Inside my bag, my phone buzzes unexpectedly, breaking the pleasant afternoon lull. The screen shows Rose.
Hey, Isabel. You at the office? Ha ha. Very funny, Rose. I'm hanging up.
Don't. I'm kidding. BRC says the floor plan copies are ready for Miss McCullough to pick up.
She sits as if it already explains everything. Then out of the blue, she launches a long rant about the awful state of Luxborn streets, all of which she says in a single breath that I can barely keep up and make out a single word. I stay quiet, if only to avoid becoming the next object of her frustration. She's similar to Becca in that regard.
We're stuck in horrendous traffic right now. Bloody stupid drivers.
When she has finally ran out of things to complain about, and stops, what she says next does none of what I'm hoping to hear from her. Does a quick mumble plea for me and to meet the Wright's interior designer in her stead, and
Anyway, I'll leave it to you. Bye. Thanks.
and that. Classic Rose. She ends the call without even asking for my input. Alright. I guess it wasn't in this video. But don't worry, guys. No, I'm going to keep playing. Screw that. It's far from unbearable, but it's enough to put most people in a fickle mood or make them vulnerable to catching something. No wonder we have staff members going AWOL lately, not to mention my boss' mercurial moods. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I want our usual cloudy weather back. For all the gripes about the unpredictable weather, though the streets of Luxborn remain constantly busy. The hurried tapping of shoes against the pavement, insane chatter coming from the lunchtime crowd to fill the humid afternoon air. A small reminder of the things we still have to do, regardless of how much I want to return to the comfort of my bed. Back to Briar Realty for me, Zach to a meeting with a magazine publisher featuring luxury houses, and Becca to her lesson plans and books at home. Well, more than once I catch her sneaking a longing glance over something displayed on a shop window. Did she want to buy something? Maybe I can get it for her this Christmas. I turn my head at the last shop she checked out. A fleeting glimpse. The world stills. She looks me in the eyes. She looks at me. Eyes hollow, gaze piercing and boring into my soul. Like a set of chains to keep my whole body still. There are no shadows or whispers this time. Only a plea. A hum, low and distinct. compelling me, beckoning me, intent on dragging me to the void beyond the glass. Help me. That's right. I don't dare move. My heart hammers against my ribs each beat, every thump screaming at me to look away and make a run for it. But I can't. I couldn't. How my limbs feel heavy while my own breathing strains in the face of her calls.
Leave me alone.
Her mouth is stretched in a grin, wide and unpleasant. The panic building up in my chest forces me to take a tentative step back. I try not to stare at the decaying flesh, the blood scream from the gaping wounds on her arm and her nailless fingers. I don't want this. Not like this. Not after I got what I want for Papa.
No, stop. Leave me alone.
Her face contorts and she lets out a wail, sharp and utterly unforgiving. Rage. There's only hatred and bitterness, as if it's the very notion of turning away from her as an offense in itself.
Please, I don't want this.
Before I know it, I'm stumbling backwards, my own throat hoarse from the screams I didn't even notice already coming out of my mouth. The back of my feet catches on a loose stone, sending me sprawling on the ground. The resulting pain completely jolts me out of the haze, blurring my mind. A little while, my surroundings appear unfamiliar until Becca's face swims into my vision. A look of concern is on her face and her hands are gripping my arms tight. Even Zach appears beside himself with worry while he stands behind her, acting as a shield against the small crowd of onlookers already forming around us.
What happened?
Bella, you okay?
My mouth opens and closes, but nothing comes out. The words refuse to form. On impulse, I sneak a swift glance at the display window. She's gone. Yet the foreboding feeling hasn't left me. My hands are shaking as I push myself off the ground, my weakened limbs relying solely on reflex and muscle memory. Bro, I'm shaken from that. That was scary. Something icy has made its home at the pit of my stomach. I want to throw up anything to get the wretched sensation out.
You are screaming. Zach, call someone. No, don't. I'm good. I need to get to the office. Rose, the floor plans. Someone's going to pick it up. I'll see you later.
Careful. Don't stand up yet. Stay put, Isabella. Zach, you watch over her for me. I'll call for someone.
I attempt to smile to put her at ease, but it likely comes off as a grimace. Gently, I pushed her hands off my shoulders. My knees are still trembling, but I can stand. Leave me. Stay away. The humidity's stifling. Everyone's stares are unnerving, and Becca and Zach's concerns are suffocating. I don't want to be here. I break into a run. I wish I hadn't left my bed this morning. Here, with only occasional drips of water on the sink and the whirring of the fan blades to keep me company, it's easy to fall into a negative cycle of thinking. But even with the cluster to keep me company, the room still feels a whole lot bigger than usual. The window's open. I hug my knees closer as a group passes by outside. Loud. So loud. If only there was a way to tune everything out to keep my head from replaying every image, every sound of her. Her screams, her awkward gait as she reaches for me, her bone-chilling smile, her pleas for enough. It's enough. A shiver passes over me, though it's not from the hair still hanging damp against my back, nor the draft that enters room from the windows I've left wide open. My gaze shifts over to the letter sitting on the coffee table. It edges fluttering confusely as the wind touches it. Funny how a ordinary looking piece of paper can bring this much trouble. Impulse to throw it away or rip it to pieces is still here. I can easily do it, but after that, what? Will she leave me? What about people who already have seen it? Will they be okay? This one certainly gnaws at me. Knowing that she's real and might also go after the people I care about. I just wish someone would listen. Believe me. The abrupt break in silence nearly makes me jump out of my skin. Blindly, I fish out my phone from under the mess of papers and cushions where I've carelessly thrown it before taking a shower hours ago. Zach's name flashes bright on the screen. Is he calling because of this afternoon? Frankly, it's the last thing I want to discuss, but I did leave two of them there without saying anything. Knowing Zach, I bet he's worried.
Oh, good. I thought for sure you're not gonna pick up.
Sorry, it took me a while to find my phone.
No worries. You game tomorrow?
I pause. I don't recall any plans with Zach for the weekend.
Did I forget something?
Remember that guy I told you about? Back in the movies? The, priest? For the blessing?
That's right!
Does it ring a bell?
Alright, I did say that, but I didn't think it'd actually go through with trouble. Especially after what happened with this film. Sometimes I forget how kind Zach can be.
Yeah, I remember. Is he fine with it?
My friend doesn't mind. We're lucky he's not busy. So, tomorrow, you'll meet us at the mansion.
Okay. Sorry for the trouble, Zach.
Hey, no problem. I'm the one who suggested it to begin with. And, well, this afternoon you did surprise us. Never seen you scream like that. You scared the hell out of Rebecca.
Yeah, I don't know why. Also, I'm gonna let this call go. I wanna let this call really just go on. Alright. Yeah, it was weird. There was something in the window.
I guess I owe you a lot for this, huh?
Nah, we're cool. You had us worried. But I know you'll tell us about it eventually. I just want to make sure you're doing well. You left all of a sudden and you're not answering any of our calls.
He's trying to get me to talk. Normally I'd tell him I'm fine, say a few simple reassurances to put their mind at ease. Now nothing will form. I can't bring myself to say anything. He seems to have sensed my hesitation because he immediately changed the subject.
Yeah, anyway, I gotta go. I left something on the stove before making this call. Just soup. But it'd be embarrassing if I burnt soup.
I doubt it. Ashton, on the other hand...
Ashton would burn soup. Yes, he would.
Remind me to tell you about what he did with the pressure cooker next time.
Oh, God. Do I want to know?
Oh, damn, it overflowed.
Oh, no!
Really need to get going. Bye, Bella.
No one is saying this will work. Even I am doubtful it will. But right now, I'll take anything. Anything to get out of this nightmare. Yo. Good. Sleep comes easier tonight. And for the first time in a long time, I dream. Of clear skies. Of unrestrained laughter from children playing in the streets. And of small, cramped dwellings. To an outsider, the sight does not paint a pretty picture. However, this is home to me. I really hope things get better. I really hope things get better for Isabella. Morning dawns bright and clear the following day. Although the air still feels muggy and I miss the chilly autumn weather, it's one of those rare weekends when I'm up even before my alarm rings. If it wasn't for Zach's call last night, I'd probably sleep in. When 9 a.m. rolls around, I'm already on my way to the immigrant mansion. I'd think I'd have to go back again. I'd be lying if I say I'm excited. I don't have to anymore. Rose happily gave me paperwork duty when I volunteered. We're on the last phase of the sale, too. Well, almost. Papers signed, documents finalized, various other legalities to settle with the current owner and all that still. Never mind. It's new owners want everything done within the week, when the process typically takes longer than that. They want it done, we'll get it done. I really, really don't understand rich people. But money can do wonders. I won't be surprised if they'll be able to push the process just a little more like what they did to secure the house. The point is, I'm under no obligation to return to the house anymore. Running is an option, of course. I can now move on to another property and forget everything. However, at the end of the day, it's always my conscience that wins. What if something happens to those who have seen the letter? Ash, Zach, Becca, Miss McCullough, the Wrights. The guilt will follow me to my grave. The mansion looms as we approach. Whispers welcome me back, shadows calling. I hope this is the last time. They are engaged in a quiet conversation when I find them in the mansion's front gardens. But even with familiar company, it's impossible to feel at ease here. No matter who I'm with, the feeling of being watched is there, like the very place itself is where it's of its trespassers. Zach, on the other hand, doesn't seem to notice. Or he simply doesn't care, or he's already used to it. I can never tell with him. Sometimes he's almost as hard to read as Ash. Almost. At least Zach doesn't ask for as much patience as dealing with Ash does. And that says plenty about him. Miracle of miracles. How the two have ended up the best of friends. He waves at me as I approach, true to his promise. Zach has also brought his friend with him. Father Norman. Somehow I expected him to look older.
Oh, don't be surprised. They say people who have found their calling are getting younger these days.
That might be true, actually, chat.
Sorry, Father. I didn't mean to say that out loud.
No offense taken, though I admit I'm a bit surprised. I didn't think someone would ask this house to be blessed after all these years.
You've heard of it, Father?
In passing, the occasional rumors and talk by the locals, nothing new. You don't spend years serving the church here without hearing a random hearsay here and there.
You never mentioned what you thought of those, Father.
Ah, but he who goes down to the grave does not come up. He shall never return to his house, nor shall his place know him any more.
But what I saw...
May not be what you think. It depends entirely on what you mean by it. If you're talking about spirit beings, angels, demons, then yes. Are we talking about the spirits of people who have departed? The word makes it clear that once the deceased has left us, they are gone. But of course, I didn't come here to bore you with a lecture.
No, it was enlightening, Father. Thank you.
Just remember that a God who loves his children would never let them linger once the time comes.
That's what my papa often tells me.
Your father must be a good man. He raised you well, no doubt. Well then, shall we? Regardless of what it is, I'm sure the mansion's new owners would appreciate such sincere intentions. From a stranger, no less.
He lets Zach and I walk ahead. A relief. This way he won't see how tightly I'm clutching the straps on my bag. Father Norman's probably trying to put me at ease. But the worry, the cold, restless, forbidding feeling has firmly lodged itself in my stomach, making his presence known with every step we take forward towards the house.
Hey, you okay?
It's hard to lie when Zach gives you that look. It's just there. The kind that implores a silent appeal. I'm not sure if he's even doing it consciously. Another breeze blows and I try not to shiver. Try not to listen to the voices that may or may not be there.
Ugh, this place really gives me the creeps.
It doesn't seem more than an ordinary house to me, though. Damn, I should have brought my camera with me. I saw a few areas that'd be good for a shoot. You think the new owners will allow it?
Shh! What if you catch something? Or someone in one of the pictures?
It just means they want to be seen, doesn't it?
True.
Don't ask for it.
It's not like we can stop them if they do.
You're really not helping, Zach.
All right. Sorry. Don't worry. I don't think whatever's inside this house will do anything. I'm here, yeah? I'll take care of them. Or I think I can.
Nah, you probably can, Zach. You probably can. You're a big guy.
You're not that scary, but thanks. I'll be sure to run behind you if I see one.
Ridiculous talk, though. The temporary reprieve it lends is more than welcome. He offers me a smile in return. The least he could do. It's actually the most he could do. The most, buddy. With a slight motion of his head, he gestures for us to move ahead, while my own fears are left forgotten for the time being. Things inside my bag clatter softly against each other while I rummage for the keys to the mansion. I should have heard the telltale jiggle by now, but didn't I put it in my bag last night? So later, I'm sitting on my heels, and one after another, I'm taking out everything from every pocket, every slip. It'll be a pain to put everything back later, but I'm sure it's just under these. Nothing? Oh man, of all the times to
Is
forget.
something the matter?
No, I'm sorry, Father. I think I left the key.
No use coming up with excuses. And right after they've both taken the time to go this far away from the city, with a heavy sigh, I grab the door handle to pull myself up. String apologies ready at the tip of my tongue.
Careful, Bella!
We've spoken with the current owners. Well, technically, you're not yet the owner.
There's a brief moment of confusion, and then I'm falling. The momentum of the door swinging open pulls me back first into the man's foyer before I can make sense of what's happening.
Ow, 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 my back.
What the? Isabella?
No time to nurse my bruised back or make up excuses because the next thing I know is Zach's gently pulling me up right by my arm. Rose looks down at me with a mixture of apprehension and something I couldn't quite place. I'd say it's relief and... she's good going, Isabella. Right after you volunteered to work on the papers and standing behind her.
Ma'am Hannah! Mr. Wright!
Oh, Isabel. We always meet in the most interesting circumstances.
A complete understatement, darling. What are they doing in my house?
I thought you said you wanted to do paperwork duty. What are you doing here?
Like a deer caught in the headlights. Unfair, Rose. That's putting me on the spot. And it leaves me no other choice but to answer.
The reason why I'm here?
Well, spit it out, Lily. We don't have all day.
I'm just here to make sure everything is fine before you move in.
So sorry, Mom. You said I'll go to hell if I lie. I likely will after this, but there's no other way. Well, it isn't entirely a lie. I'm here to make sure no one disturbs them after they move in. Just so happens that what I'm checking for and trying to drive away is of the paranormal variety.
Oh? The house appears impeccably fine to me.
Mr. Wright shifts his eyes around in a careful manner as if he's looking for faults in every crevice of the house. The grin on his face, though, when he returns his attention to me is similar to what my Koya Jordan had often given me when he was up to something. Usually a scarebrink that never ended up in me crying. I never did forget the way my brother sneered at me then. Part of me thinks that perhaps if I hadn't been the object of his mischief in childhood, I would have grown a little braver.
Come on, little Lily. Lying doesn't do that cute little face any justice. I'm a very patient man. Now, why are you really here?
Right now, in the face of an almost identical expression, perhaps even crueler than what I'm used to, the lie I told falls apart.
The truth is, I was just thinking we could have the house blessed before move-in day.
And why would we ever need to have this house blessed?
For luck and protection.
A shrink under his scrutinizing gaze for a second. I think that he'll start shouting at me. Instead, he laughs. Not the mocking, jerking kind, but the one wondering if he's hearing things right. I'd say he was amused, but I honestly couldn't understand what was so funny with what I just said. Was it really that weird? Wasn't it a custom here? I wish Becca wasn't here to explain stuff like this.
That's rich coming from you. When we saw Devlin Court, you didn't.
It's a small custom back home. I thought it would be nice to do something that would bring positive energy to the mansion, since this place has been empty for years.
And the papers, Isabella? I hope you did those first before this.
Of course I did. It's almost done, in fact. But there are some items I still have to double-check before finalizing everything. You know I don't sign without a thorough inspection. And well, this is what this is for, too. I just thought it would be more efficient to do both at the same time.
Here I thought you didn't want to go back.
A job is a job, Rose. Gotta do what you gotta do to make a living.
Oh, well, if that's the case, then go ahead. No need to be so hard on her, Rosie. I personally think it's a nice touch. I was actually thinking of the same thing, but you beat me to it.
Darling, Buttercup, please. You know these things don't work. No offense meant to the holy man, of course. That does not explain the nigger, though.
Okay, whoa! Whoa! I am ending the video Mr. Right, bro. Oh my god, save there. That's it for today's video. I am ending this off. Oh my god. Oh, I'll see you all next time. Bye bye. Like and subscribe.